long does it take to train a new employee? Well, in this video, you're going to find out exactly how long it takes. And what are the keys to their training? And what is the forgotten training method that we must begin using if we want to properly train them? So if you want to find this out, stay with us on this video. So let me first say that for a lot of the people I'm talking to in these videos, you are in a project management role. You're either a superintendent, assistant super, a PM, assistant PM, or you're a director, or you're in some other very value add position in your career, or you're an owner of a company, or you're a foreman. Wherever you are, I just want you to know, if you're good, if you're really, really good, then you have gotten a lot of training. And sometimes we forget about it and we think, oh no, I had to figure it out. It happened for me overnight. Like if I think back on my career, I'm like, yeah, I was born this way. Like I came out and I knew construction, right? You know, like that's what happened. But that's because I have selective memory. I don't remember all those years. Like I don't remember those years of growing up with my parents doing work, of being with my grandfather, of starting when I was 13, of cleaning finishing tools when I was 13 and a half, of then learning how to finish concrete for a number of years, going to union training when I was in Southern California, learning how to drive equipment on the weekends, teaching myself AutoCAD, having mentors and training programs that would spend countless hours with me. I just want you to know that for those of you who are watching this video, if you're good, you got training. You just may not remember it. And so what happens with me is that I think to myself, oh, there's a new employee. Oh, figure it out. I did. But what I don't remember is, no, I didn't. I had plenty of training. Like I got mentoring. Yes, there are things I figured out, but I got what I needed. And now when the industry, and this is important, I hope you're sitting down for this or loving this. And if you're driving, just listen. But why are you doing YouTube while you're driving? Like, just be safe, okay? But the point is, back in the day when we were jerks to everybody and yelled and created psychologically unsafe environments, there came a point where we were told, no, there's a better way. But even, and I'm not saying yelling is a good thing. That's not what I'm saying at all. We were yelling, but we were training, right? And so then when all of us were told, no, now you have to be nice and professional and psychologically safe and vulnerable and, you know, which are all great things. Like, I love that. I love where the industry headed. I think most of us were like, okay, well, I won't say anything. Right? Like I won't even talk to people now. I don't know how to not yell and train, so I'll just not train, right? And so now we're not training people. And so we have to find a better way to do this. How do we encourage? How do we energize people? How do we support them? How do we provide that patient learning experience? How do we say, hey, you made a mistake, and instead of being like, you know, throwing our hard hat, how do we say, hey, that's natural, this is what we can do better next time? So us as leaders, me, used to yell and train, got told to stop yelling, so we stopped training. Now we've got to train and do it in a better way. And if you think about it for a minute, tell me I'm lying. Where's the lie? That's what happened. Our industry blew up, and a lot of the old timers that knew what they were doing retired, except for the ones watching this channel, you. And so now we have this problem. And so we have to understand what it means to actually train someone new and be committed to it. And so let me say this. For a field engineer or project engineer, you're looking at a minimum year and a half. For a superintendent PM, it used to be like 12 years, but now you're looking at minimum 6. And for a general superintendent or a director, you're looking at minimum 12. But the key to those numbers is this. You must have your people that you're training go through the builder positions. I've said this before. I'll say it again right now. If you're a foreman, that is a builder position. If you're a worker, that's a builder position. But both of those are very focused. Okay? If you go directly into being a superintendent or a PM, that is a planning and scheduling and communicating and team building position. That is a risk management position. That is not a builder position. You have to be a builder to actually do that position, but it's not a builder role. If you want to get to the 1.5 years, 6 years, and 12, you've got to spend some good time being a builder. I don't know of any other position other than field engineer or project engineer with an office and field focus to get you that experience. Here's what I mean. When you're a foreman and you're on a concrete crew, you are focused being a builder on that concrete crew. That's great. But if you became a field engineer for a year and a half, On a project, small or big, doesn't matter. You get to learn surveying, lift drawings. You get to put in embeds with crews. You get to understand masonry. You get to work with the site grading crew, right? You get to go in and work with in-wall inspections, above ceiling inspections. You get to work with the MEP trades. You get to learn about that. You get to write RFIs for all of it. Be with the people, boots on the ground, actually working, and take, in most cases, that work and that level of engineering expertise and pairing with the field trades all the way to the end of the project. Field engineering, or a project engineer with an office and field focus, is the best way to get the broad perspective and to do it in the field in a builder, meaning I'm building this with the trades, role. Right? Field engineers and project engineers don't spend most of their time scheduling. They don't spend most of their time coordinating. They don't spend most of their time looking at risk. They don't spend most of their time like organizing things. They spend most of their time building it. RFIs, submittals, field layout, quality checks, working with the people in the field and learning and listening. If you want the 1.5, 6, and 12-year deadlines for how to train new people in construction, we've got to have that builder experience. And if you don't have that time as a builder, you come straight out of college, I want to be a superintendent, you will extend those durations considerably. In fact, I know hundreds of people that skip that builder step and are now 10, 15, 20, 25. And I wasn't there back in the day, obviously, when they did that. But I know, looking back in their history, they skipped that step and they're still stuck at superintendent 1 or 2 or project manager 1 or 2 levels. I don't want that for you. So let's talk about some of the things that we need to be learning as we go. Number 1, interpersonal skills. Obviously, you as a company or your company will have trainings like this, but you must know how to deal with and work through people. About 20% of your work in construction will be technical items. 80% will be working with people. This is a skill that you have to know. Okay? And so I tell everyone, hey, read How to Win Friends and Influence People. Go read the book Leadership and Self-Deception. Go take courses on it. Listen to Simon Sinek. Listen to Brene Brown, right? Get these skills. If you want to train a new employee, or if you're a new employee that wants to be trained, make sure you're focusing on your people skills. Second, leadership skills. I know this is somewhat cliche, but obviously leadership is important. You may have courses internally, or you can go do leadership courses through Tony Robbins, through Rapport Leadership International. You can read books about leadership, but it is a very different thing to be a worker and an employee and then being a worker and employee that leads people. Because we have to create that experience, we have to create a safe environment, and we have to then start not just building things but people. You must have the leadership skills needed to do that in a remarkable way. Remember, people typically don't quit companies. They quit mid-level managers. In order for you to have your people stay and be happy, you have to learn those management and leadership skills. And third, and obviously, the technical skills. If you're a super or a PM or a field engineer or a PE, go learn how to use that total station. Go learn AutoCAD, go learn Revit, go learn how to use your project management software, learn Google SketchUp, right? Go learn how to do these things, learn how to schedule, learn how to use the computer, learn how to create a submittal and review a submittal, learn how to write an RFI, right? Learn these basic skills. Don't just skip over them as fast as you can. Learn them as you go. Every tool in your belt will help you to be the professional you need to be so that you have the training and the promotions when you want. And you know what I want? I want to be friends. I want to be friends with you forever. This channel's doing well because of you. We've got a good community that's constantly talking. I want you to be a part of that. Please subscribe. Please be a part of our community. Please comment, and we'll form this partnership, and you'll get great content down the road. I promise you, this is a fact. Please hit that like and subscribe button down below. All right, let's close this out strong. Here are some key things that I want you to remember. You as a company training people, or you as you get training, in reference to this topic of how long does it take, I want you to know that in that duration, however long it takes, you must do 3 key things. Number 1, you must get training on and alignment with the company's core values. That is crucial. It doesn't matter how many skills you have, how well you deal with people, and it doesn't matter what kind of leader you are. You will not be a fit with a company unless you learn about and align with the core values. Number 2, you must be able to deliver the outcomes. It does not matter if on your scorecard it says, well, here's your interpersonal skills, check, right? Here are your technical skills, check. Here you have 5 years of experience, check, but you're not delivering the outcomes. Like you could have, yeah, I know AutoCAD, I know scheduling, I know Lean, I know how to run meetings, I know how to have conversations, right? Check, 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 check. Love it for you. But if you're not delivering the outcomes, if you're not actually delivering a clean, safe, and organized project, it doesn't matter. If you're not respecting people, it doesn't matter. If you're not finishing the project and allowing the team and the customer and the architects and everyone to have a great experience, it doesn't matter. So not only do I want you to master skills, or if you're a company training, not only do I want your folks to master the skills, I want them to understand and deliver the outcomes. So in that training period, if you want to hit those 1.5, 6, and 12-year marks, you will not just focus on skills, you will not just focus on experience, and you will not just focus on leadership, you will focus on outcomes and help your people to deliver those outcomes. That is number 2. And let's close this out strong. Number 3, this is the big one. This is something that everyone's forgotten. You have to do this everywhere. If you want well-trained people, you got to do this. They have to have, and this is a fact, 2 good projects to be on before you let them run their own. It is an impossibility to have a new employee go on crappy project, crash landed project, dumpster fire project over and over and over and expect them to deliver remarkable results. It's not a thing. It will not happen. Experience is great. Everybody says, hey, I want my people to be experienced. I'm looking for an experienced superintendent. I'm looking for someone with 20 years of experience. I want somebody with experience building hospitals. I love that. I don't care about that. I want a person with good experience. And that is a differentiator, right? You cannot replicate good experience, even if they have experience. I don't care if you've done this 20 times the wrong way. That doesn't help me. You must ensure not only do your people have the skills, not only do your people have the leadership, right? Not only are they a core value alignment, not only are they delivering the outcomes, but they have good representative experience. They've been on a job twice that has done it right. They've seen it. They've internalized it. They've habitualized it. It's habit. It's muscle memory. It's a part of their world. It's how they think. It's the only way they know how to do it. That's the only way you're going to properly train someone. So if you have evaluated, hey, I think that this person deserves this promotion in 6, 7, 8 years. Or hey, I want them to be a general superintendent 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 years. Ask yourself this question. Have they done it right at least once? And have they been on a good job at least twice? Because if it's all been a string of dumpster fires, all you're going to get from them is dumpster fires. This is the forgotten art of construction. Good experiences replicate good experiences. So here's what I'm going to do. I hope you love this content. I hope you're totally jamming. I'm going to add for you in the description below a list of these key steps to consider and the timelines for these positions to help you out as a point of reference. I hope you now have a better idea of how long it takes to train someone and what it actually takes. I'll see you on the next video. On we go.